Hi, I'm Ahyat, and today we're going to talk about how to become a strategic property investor. And now we're looking into asset financing, the fourth chapter, and we're looking at the property loan application. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of how you actually apply for loans, but I want to share with you the mindset of you entering into a loan application. Can we do that? Instead of the technicalities, we look into the mindset. Now, number one, you've got to see the banks and banker, the officers, right? Officers as your partners. Now let me tell you this, in a good market, the bankers will look for the investors, right? In a bad market, like sometimes we face in, where there's a lot of softening measures, there's they're tightening access to credit. The other way around, it's the other way around, where investors actually have to look for the bankers. So always treat your bankers with respect, always see them as partners. Okay, number two, you must always think win-win. When you see them as partners, you think win-win. So basically, banks and bankers are in the business of lending money. They have to lend out money. People have to that's how they make money from the interest, right? So that's how they win. And how you win is because you get the leveraging, you get the financing that you want. So always think about win-win. Basically, bankers have KPIs to meet every month. I mean, they've got, maybe one person has 10 million ringgit worth of loans that they have to lend out. And so, what you're doing is you're helping the bank officer reach their KPI. So they're gonna love you for that, right? And eventually, at the end of the day, you get the loan, you're happy, you get to invest, you get to buy property. So it's always a win-win. So always think about win-win. Okay? And there's a couple of things. Always have your documents in order. Always have your documents in order. Now, this is what I tell people, always file your documents neatly. Sometimes I see people who just put it in an envelope, it's not even arranged properly, and they just pass it on to their loan officers. Can you imagine if these loan officers get 100 loan applications a month? They will be sitting on documents after documents of documents. So you want to be the one who's binded it neatly, you give it to them, and then you're going to be the loan officer will be very, very happy. Okay? Number four, you got to do a quick presentation. So the quick presentation is you've got to present to this banker the reasons why you're buying this property. You're going to tell them stuff like that, and you're going to tell, this is the demand and supply, this is the macro area, this is the reason why I bought this property, the rental yield is so much, the positive cash flow is going to be this much. So if you can present to them in a very structured way, then the bankers would also feel very, very confident why you're buying a certain property. Okay, that's number four, present. And always be honest. The next time you meet your banker, I urge you to be honest, because the first time you meet a banker, the first thing you should do is always be honest. Because if you don't tell them 100% of the story, eventually when they study your case, when they actually try to investigate who you really are, they check your finances, they will eventually know. So for instance, ladies and gentlemen, let's say that you are late on a month, you are late on a couple of credit card payments. The first time you meet the banker, you tell them, Mr. Banker, I'm so sorry to tell you, but when you check my records later on, you're going to see that there's actually 1 month of late credit card payment. So by the time when this banker actually goes back to the office, and he's actually going to see, hey, this guy was telling me the truth, he was a little bit late, and you can explain the reason why you were late and so on. So it's always good to be honest, rather than not telling him, and especially when the bankers actually ask, do you have any problems that I should know of? And you said, no, there's no problems. And then when he goes to the office, when he actually checks you, and he says, hey, this guy has a few late payments, and it's not going to be nice. So in a case where you're honest, sometimes bankers are able to help you get the loan that you want. So there's a couple of things on property loan application that I wanted to share with you. Always see your bankers as your partners. Think win-win. Keep your documents in order. Do a short presentation to your banker, and always be honest. And you should be able to get the loans that you need. Okay. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.